When I was a kid, my mom took us to church every week, and I would see her put money in these velvet bags with wooden handles every week. She was always giving. She was always trusting God with her finances, in spite of the fact that her and my dad struggled sometimes to make ends meet. I would see them stressed because they might not know how to get to the next paycheck, but still my mom trusted God for him to provide. And so he did. We never went without food. We never went without clothing. We never went without shelter. I was a pretty creative young man. And so wanting to run away from that financial insecurity and to find a place of peace and safety, I thought that my creativity, playing music, could lead me to a place where I was successful and I wouldn't have to worry about money ever. That was my goal in joining a band. For 5 years, I spent 10 months out of every year on the road. We didn't make a good living, and in spite of that, I got into gambling. And I wasn't just gambling for fun. I walked into the casino and I expected to win and increase my bank account. And as we all know, that is not the way things go. Not a lot of people know this about me, but I had gambled myself down to about $35 in my wallet. And that's all I had to my name. It was such a low moment, a horrible place to be. It was so far removed from that idea of being financially secure. It was the exact opposite. So I found myself at the end of that 5 years on the road, leaving the band, coming to Iowa, and I got on my feet again and I got a job. And then I was able to buy my own small business. I was a videographer for a long time. And from the time that I moved to Iowa, I started going back to church and getting closer to God and praying more. And so my headspace was in a little different place, but I still wasn't handing over my finances to God. And being a small business owner, I was the boss. And so I could take a day off if I wanted to, or half a day, and go drive to a casino. That gambling bug wasn't quite gone. I remember I was going to film a wedding, and it was way out of town, and I decided to book myself at a hotel that had a casino so that I could gamble the night before the wedding. Ironically, I was driving, singing worship songs, and I was praying. And I remember checking in, dropping my bags at the hotel room, and running downstairs, and I sat down at a roulette table, and I lost. And I sat down after that at a blackjack table, and I lost some more. And then I moved to another blackjack table, and I lost some more. I went to the elevator, and I went up to the hotel room, and I opened the door, and I remember walking in and sitting on the edge of the bed, frustrated and angry. My mind is just racing. Something came over me, just a calm kind of washed over me. And I realized at that moment, I was done gambling. I didn't want it anymore. I believe that getting closer to God in prayer, and going to church and serving here at church, that my life was starting to be affected, starting to be changed by Him. And because of that, I was able to be delivered of this need to further myself by doing this thing that doesn't make any sense. And so from that moment on, my wife and I sat down and we decided how much to give to Grace Community Church, how much to give to missions, how much to allow for spontaneous giving to those that are in need that we cross paths with. And we dedicated that money to God, and that money is His. And truthfully, all of our money is His, but He allows us to use it for resources, but also to grow His kingdom. We had always given to church on occasion. It was always the thing of, did you bring the checkbook this week? Did you write a check? I forgot to write a check. It wasn't a priority. It wasn't part of our intentionality. Since the time that we sat down and decided to trust God with our finances, we have seen just a change in our perspective, a change in the way we approach things, a change in the way we consider our money. It's not just about dollars and cents. It's about your present and your future, trusting Him with those things. And it's also a huge reminder of the fact that, without Him, we are nothing. Without Him, we have nothing. He gives it all to us. And without Him, we can do nothing. So do I have financial security now? I don't think anyone has financial security. That's the thing you learn as you get to be an adult. But what I do have is peace about the fact that my Creator is my provider, and that I will never go without the things that I need because He is watching out for me, and He loves me more than I could ever know.